what we're going to do in this part of the video is make a set of nested folders very similar to what we did earlier in File Explorer when we made nested folders. I actually had been over in the C drive, and now I switched over to my flash drive, which happens to be H. So I could use that. It's a lot easier if you don't have to type all that path. It's too much trouble. So over here in the instructions, it said to create a folder called Command Line Interface, and I just chose that period, that name so I wouldn't mix it up with everything else. So I'm going to make a directory called Command Line Interface. And if I do a directory listing at this point, you'll see that in my H drive, I have a directory called Command Line Interface. Okay, and then in that directory, so let me change directories into Command Line Interface, and you notice now how the prompt has changed to show where I am in the tree. Now I can make a directory called Child, and see that there is one. You see right there? And the single dot is the folder where I am now, my current folder. And the 2 dots represents a level up. Anyway, so let me change into the child directory. And I'm going to make another directory, folder directory called grandchild. And I'm going to change into the grandchild folder. And I'm going to make a directory called great-grandchild. I'm getting lazy. Oh, I guess great was a better name, wasn't it? Yeah, how about remove directory great-grandchild? Did I do it? Yep, there's nothing in there. And let's make a directory called great. There. Now, when you do the Linux lesson, I'm just thinking of it because I just barely caught myself in DOS, you say dir for directory to see the list of files, but in Linux, you say ls for list storage to see you'll confuse yourself. Don't worry, I was just doing that in my head as I was working here. And let's change into the great-grandchild folder, just so you can see all that, all that path that has occurred. Let me scroll down a little bit so you can see more. Okay. Now, moving back and forth between those folders, there are several different ways to do it, and there are some much easier ways to do it, and I'm not teaching you in this lesson, but it's easy to learn. The notes are in that folder, I think. And let's go ahead and make a folder, down in here. In there, it's great-grandchild. So if I go actually back to the Control or Windows R to the command prompt and type Notepad, just type it, then I'll be in Notepad. Isn't that neat? And here's my great-grandchild. And I'm going to save the file not in there, child, grandchild, great-grandchild. There. I'm going to save it in there as relatives. I don't know, whatever. Now the thing is that you'll see in a second when we do the batch file that there are 2 different ways you can do that, and this was the default way. Let's do a directory listing, and you'll see that this file is named now with a .txt extension. When we get down to the batch file, we want to do it differently, but this is fine for here. And now let's hop up 1 level at a time. Yes, there's an easier way to do it. No, I'm not showing you. You find it. So cd space ... means up 1 level, and see how the path changed? The prompt shows the path. Up 1 more level, and up 1 more level, and up 1 more level. Well, we can do now one more level. We're back to the root, and if we type the word tree now, we'll see all of the folders and the subfolders below it, but no files. The files don't show. And the dot indicates the current location, right? When you're done, now if you're doing this lesson, you might not want to quit yet because we're going to do the batch file, but I'm going to quit this video, so I'm going to type exit to get out of the terminal window. Okay, you go do it now.